Hello, welcome back to another video. I need to get the car ready. I need to do some stuff to the car before I do have that track day, which means I need to change the brakes, I need to change these rotors, and I'll see how the brake pads are, and I might change them as well. I do want to get the diff bushings in and my new diff cover in before this track day. I'm still waiting on this freaking nut that I ordered. That's what I'm waiting for in order to start my diff, because it'll be so good to have on the track day. So I'm very excited for the track day because I haven't been on that airport track this year, so very excited to have more seat time there. All right, let's get this smashed out, and I need new rotors anyways, so yeah. Not sure when the last time these rotors were changed. I've been running a gamble on these rotors, so I'm going to change all 4 of them. The rotors that I got are just these DBA rotors. Got the normal solid rotors. I didn't see the need to go either slotted or the drilled. The only rotors that I would upgrade from these rotors are a 2-piece. There's 2 sizes for the 370Z. Just double check what size you actually need for your brakes. These are the fronts, and they're for the big brake kit. I've made a couple videos on the brakes and how to change like brake pads, how to change rotors and stuff. Yeah, head over to the channel and check those videos out. And yeah, I want us to smash through this because I need to do a lot of stuff to the car. I'm cutting everything pretty short. I've only got 2 weekends to go that I've got time to actually work on the car. So cutting it short as always, but it's always fun. It's always fun. If you haven't already, smash that like and subscribe button as well. I'm gonna jack the car up, loosen up the wheels, take the wheels off, take the spacers off. So I'm running a 25mm spacer at the front and a 25mm spacer on the rear. I've got the Z1 Motorsports 20mm for the fronts, and I've got H&R spacers on the rear. Yeah, I've been running these spacers for 4 years. As long as you torque these up and they're hub centric, they're torqued up to the right specs and they fit properly, should not come off or anything. So I'm really happy with these. Now yeah, I got these off, so I don't have anyone helping me press the brakes while I'm doing the front rotors. So you either need someone to press the brakes down or find something to press the brakes just so the rotors don't move. This is a little trick that I'm doing right now. What I got is the handle lever thingy for the jack, and I just placed it in between the brake pedal that's there and this seat rail that's in here. So I just stuffed it in between there and it works. So as we come here, this is the caliper and this is the rotor. The caliper is held on by 2 bolts at the back. Just unbolt those and then the whole caliper will come off. You just hit this rotor off with like a mallet or something. The rotor should pop off, and then that's pretty much it. You want to take off this bracket that holds the brake line here, and the caliper is held on by these 2 bolts at the back. There's one here and there's one here. They are 22mm, I believe, and they're the only 2 bolts that hold the caliper in. Alright, so that's the caliper off and the rotor off. That's pretty much it. Like, it's not that hard to change out rotors. This is just the hub. If you have to change like wheel bearings or whatever, you'll have to take this whole thing out. But anyways, this wheel bearing is fine. There's no play, there's no movement, so that's good. I'm just trying to check all these lines, my coilovers, just to see if everything is all right, everything's fine. With the caliper, when you drop it, just make sure it's on top of either a box. I'm just using my jack stand here. Just make sure the caliper is supported, just because of this brake line here. You don't want this to either snap or break. So next thing now is new parts go on. This rotor has served its time. It served pretty good, multiple track days, but now we got the new brake rotor and this will replace this one. Alright, wow, so my camera died as I was putting the caliper and everything back together. Everything as in the caliper, the rotor, and everything. So I'll show you on the next slide exactly what I did with like the calipers and everything, putting everything back together. I actually took out the brake pads and everything and had a look at them, just to see if I needed to change them, but this side was all good. I'll probably change them after the next track day. Rotor is back on, caliper back on, spacer back on, spacer torqued up. I did 80 foot-pounds and then I went over it again with 90 foot-pounds, the same star pattern as well. Now chuck on the wheel and we'll move over to the other side. To access your brake pads, it's at the face of the caliper here, which is usually facing the front. I actually took both of the brake pads out just because the way it sits now is according to how thin or thick the old rotors are. So with the new rotors, if you're changing them out, then the clearance from the brake pads to the old rotors will be a bit too narrow for the new rotors to come in because they haven't been worn or anything. So just doing a normal brake pad replacement. I do have a video on that. That's a full tutorial on how to replace brake pads on the 370Z, anything with the Akebono brakes. Brake pads are off and out. I just used the brake pad to push all four of the pistons in, and so now you could just take the caliper off exactly how we did on the other side. Sweet, so both the front rotors are on. They're looking pretty good. Look how nice and brand new these rotors are. And yeah, so I got the rears to do. I'm just gonna smash out the rears. Alright, so finally done the rotors. All of them are done. Everything else is pretty good. I've cleaned all the intake system. I'm pretty much ready for the track. But yeah, I do have to go for a drive with them just to let them sit in properly and then come back and have another look at them. The struggles, the damn struggles. So I actually bought something that the car really needs and has needed for about a couple months now. What I got is a new battery for the car. I finally got a new battery for the car. The car has been sitting out there for about 4 days now. Hasn't been able to move. Car wouldn't start and I couldn't be bothered jump starting it every single time. So yeah, I'm going to change the battery out so I can actually start the car and actually drive the car today. And there's also one more thing that I got. And so I've been saying that I've been waiting for 3 weeks. This one part that I need to actually start and finish my whole diff cover operation thing for the car. Yes, it's a very small part, but it's a very important part. So I only needed one of these nuts, but I had to buy them in a 10 pack. I was waiting for 3 weeks for these nuts. So yeah, I'm gonna be starting that next week, and I can actually get it done before the track day next week. So I'm very excited for that, and I'm very excited to see how it feels and the difference of it. So yeah, first things first, before all that, I need to install this new battery.